Alright, we are back. We're continuing the story mode playthrough. We're starting Act 5. The witch has just arrived in Oriath with a lust for vengeance.
When I'm ready, and not before.
We have materialized inside of the slave pens, so we need to get out of here.
Everything dies.
Everything dies. Yeah, that's how this build plays, pretty much. These heralds are pretty strong. I'm kind of wondering if I went the wrong way there. I feel like I should be going more to the left. I'm gonna clear in this direction though and have a look. We'll probably loop around if not. Yeah, it's a loop around kind of deal. Let's go back. There we go. We killed...
Is that all? I expected so much more.
Is that all? Yeah. He just fell over. I could barely see him. It was Overseer Crow. In terms of passives, I think... I actually don't know what I want to do next with my passives. So I might just dump into life for now and maybe build towards some other life nodes. Alright, we have arrived.
There's a rebellion on. How quaint.
How quaint. We've arrived in the Overseer's Tower. Let's talk to Lonnie.
An exile returned. How is that even possible? Rising out of the darkness to claim the souls of our enemies like Hinekora in the stories my mother used to tell me. Well, your divine intervention gave us just the diversion we needed to take this tower. So if you keep doing things like that, then I might have to start believing in the gods again. And thank you for finishing off that last overseer for us. I don't know what sort of mother could have birthed that land-loving whale, but we were lucky he wasn't here when we took this tower. He'd have spread us across the floor like butter on a piece of bread. Here, take something for helping us in this hopeless fight of ours.
I actually did not know that me attacking the slave pens enabled them to take this tower. I thought they'd been here for a while, but apparently they just took this place because of me.
We'd been planning it for months, spreading the word, stealing weapons, gathering support. Utula and his followers did most of the dirty work. I just carried a few messages here and there. Should have known I'd end up like this when the real fighting started. In the darkest hour before dawn, that's when we broke our chains. And as many overseer necks as we could wrap our hands around. We took the Panopticon as the sun rose over Theopolis, and that's as far as we got. When you're up against cold steel and colder hearts, there's only so far that anger will take you.
Alright, they mentioned Utula. Oh, there's Utula.
For freedom.
Ha! After everything I've done, it took an Oriathan to get these slaves up off their shackled asses and fighting. I guess the Templar should have treated their lessers better than their slaves, eh? Well, I'm not about to turn down a gift from Kitava. If he wants slave and outcast to join hands, then let's remind these Templar that they're flesh and blood, just like us. Utula Makora is what they call me. I'm what passes for a chief around here. Well, I put the steel in their hands. I tell them where to stab, where to run, where to die. If that doesn't make me a chief, what does, eh? Blood isn't the only currency we need to earn to buy our freedom. We can kill all the Templar mongrels we like out there. It won't matter a damn if we don't get inside their stronghold, the Templar courts. Might as well put my bloody chains back on right now. Problem is, there's some sort of witchery surrounding the place. Only those who see the truth with faithful eyes are getting in there. The power of innocence. It's all in the eyes, you see. Yet blessed Kitava has answered my prayers and sent us just the pair of eyes we need. The ever-faithful Justicar-Casticus.
Wait a minute.
He's there in the control blocks right now, smiting my people with self-righteous fury. Find him and rip his faithful eyes out. Then I'm sure the good Justicar will be kind enough to see you into the Templar courts.
So apparently these guys are worshippers of Kitava, or at least this guy is.
Unlike these assorted ignorami, I'm not surprised to see you here. The beast is dead, all thanks to you, I suppose. I was listening to the beast's death rattles when these lunatics broke in, wrecked the place, and dragged me here to tend to their cuts and bruises. Thankfully, I was able to bring some of my paraphernalia with me. The balance of power is shifting in your favor, O murderer of nightmares. If I am in possession of anything that might smooth the transition of governance, don't hesitate to ask. You'll find my terms quite reasonable. Some time ago, I fabricated a device able to sense and amplify the corrupt murmurings of Wraeclast, a miasmeter. I listened to those whispers for years, lingering beyond sane comprehension. And then the scream. Such profound agony that my mind was nearly sundered by its percussion. I thought another cataclysm might be upon us. But no, it was you, slaying the beast. I was witness to a singularly potent cadence. This corruption, I am convinced that it holds the very key to our human history, and with it, our very existence. Yet without the miasmeter, I'm condemned to deafened ignorance. It remains in Piety's laboratory, as long as Utula's miscreants haven't vandalized the poor thing. Find it. Farewell.
Alright, so we are helping the slaves lead a rebellion against the Templar, but in doing so, we are possibly releasing Kitava upon the world.
Well, I know his other names. The Black Spirit, the Cannibal King, the Ravenous One. He was all of those things before Tsukuhama slashed out his eyes, before Valakor drowned him in the sea, before Hinekora whipped him and condemned him to immortal darkness. Kitava has learned from the suffering inflicted upon him, learned what cruelty is from his own flesh and blood, learned what it means to be a slave. Now he hungers for freedom, not merely for himself, for all of us who have suffered under whip and shackle. Kitava is the tormented one, destined to rise up from the darkness and banish cruelty from this world. And we, his children, rise with him.
Oh, no, another thing. Yesterday I speculated that the beast might be Kitava, but it appears the beast is a separate entity altogether. Kitava is some other kind of old god, I guess. One more thing. Let's ask about innocence. That is also another god.
Old Red Eyes. He's been quiet for a long time. Just like Kitava and Tsukuhama. All of the old gods. Now innocence has woken up, and with him, power like I've never seen the Templar wield before. It's alright though. We slaves, we've got our own god looking out for us now. I can see him in the eyes of my brothers and sisters, smell him in the blood we've spilled, hear his call in the screams of the fallen. I don't rightly know where the gods have been or what's brought them crawling back, nor do I really care. All I need to know, my friend, is that we're not alone anymore. For freedom.
That would just make life complicated.
Right, so take note of these names though. Utula and Villenta, I think they will show up later in the story as well. But for now, let's go get the miasmator. Let's fight our way through the control blocks, kill Justicar-Casticus, and see where that takes us.
When I'm ready, and not before.
I'll do one more level of clarity, I think. I also believe I should be able to get a higher level Enlighten soon to unreserve some more mana. Alright, there's the miasmator.
Thaumaturgy and science combined. That's rather clever.
Am I going the right way? I might have to go back. Nope, this is a dead end. There we go. We make short work of Casticus.
These beauties. Perfect for my collection.
His eyes. Nice. Use the Eyes of Zeal to access the Templar Quartz. So we're basically taking his eyes to use in a retinal scanner. I don't know where the retinal scanner is, but that's pretty funny.
These people have no idea their time is almost up.
Yeah, let's head back to the Overseer's Tower and hand in the quests.
Thank you. By killing Casticus, you've given us a fighting chance. And about his eyes, I'm sorry you had to do that. Yet although Utula's solution might seem brutal, I've seen Karui men blinded with a hot poker, simply for looking a fraction too long at an Oriathan lady. Yes, this is war. And just a little revenge, too. Take something. A token of our thanks.
I'll take a hallowed flask, maybe.
For freedom.
Probably don't need 2 life flasks at this point, though. We'll see. Did I level? I did. So I can now get a level 3 Enlighten instead of the level 1. That's gonna save me a lot of mana. I could potentially do the same with Empower. I didn't buy one. I'll maybe do that after after this act, in between episodes.
Greetings.
Alright, let's head to the Templar Courts. Oh, we have a lot more unreserved mana now. Probably will be able to level clarity a bit
When I'm
more.
ready and not before.
Alright, Templar Courts entrance. How do we use these eyes? Aw, the door just opens. I was hoping we would hold up the eyes.
I swore they would suffer for exiling me, and I always keep my promises.
We're now looking for High Templar of Oriath. I guess we could try to stabilize a breach here. Oh, there might not be enough monsters, actually. No, let's just move on. The music in this place is amazing.
Something's here. Something different.
Alright, we have a plaque by the stained glass window. Let's read it. Oh, it's not voice acted. RIP. Okay. I think I'll probably just keep leveling the clarity for now. My mana pool seems fine. Yeah, none of these stained glass window plaques are voice acted. For the life nodes, we might go... Where do we go? I could just take these for now. These are not great, but I'll probably just respec later.
When I'm ready and not before.
This one might be voice acted. Let's have a look. Nope, still not. Yeah, I don't expect any of the stained glass plaques to have voice acting then. So we'll just grind our way to the boss here. We're entering the Sanctum of Innocence.
The world must be cleansed of impurity.
Let's start with you, shall we?
Nice retort.
Burn! I am the Emperor.
Are you though? Are you really the Emperor?
I am order. I am the new and the eternal. I am innocence.
That power.
I
Incredible.
am the storm.
Apparently, he is the God Emperor of Eternity. Innocence.
I am the Emperor.
We're taking on the gods now.
I am the Emperor. I am no more.
Innocence! You, and only you, I shall save. I am Sin, the Forgotten One. Would that humanity could forget all of my kind. Perhaps with your help, that might still come to pass. For now, the blinding light has been dimmed, and darkness floods in to fill the void. The desperate and depraved set a feast for their lord incumbent, Kitava, the Ravenous One.
And this is actually when the credits play. For some reason, they play in the middle of the game.
Should
Actually,
Kitava
no,
accept the invitation,
That's not the
there is but
credits.
one
That's just
thin
a
sliver of hope for us all.
just a
My brother's
cutscene.
sign of purity. Look to it in the choking passages of Templar reverence. It shall be your torch when night falls at last.
I think it used to be a spot where the credits would play. I could be wrong though. What are we doing here?
He
Innocence.
lives, after a fashion. That pretentious little vessel of his served only to encourage his divine follies. I have procured him a more sensible host, one that should contain his excesses and temper that fragile ego of his. Hear this, brother. From mind of lead to heart of gold, your soul shall be bound, your wrath shall grow cold. Though I am a god, I have not forgotten my humanity. I care for that which I once was. Kitava remembers nothing and cares for nothing but his own hunger and greed. He is an endless pit of gnashing teeth and churning guts. While other gods rise on the mainland and fight for the meager scraps of what was, Kitava has the most fecund and formidable civilization of his age at his disposal. He can feed when he likes, and he grows ever stronger with each morsel. All of Oriath shall soon belong to Kitava, and if that happens, he will rise beyond even our reach. Deep in the Templar's ossuary, in the company of the dead, there lies the sign of purity. Innocence bled himself for the creation of that cruel and desperate weapon. Tempered in his own ruby ichor, It was forged to be a transcendent tool of punishment and purification. The sign is a living agent of righteousness, or at least the dubious kind of righteousness that my brother subscribes to. Innocence found in the first High Templar a most faithful servant, and gifted the sign to him so that it might be used in times of great need. The great need of Innocence believers, that is. Humanity's general well-being has never been of particular concern to my brother.
Alright.
I've conquered one god already. What's one more?
Let's ask him about Kitava as well.
I am Sin.
Oh, never mind. We already had that voice line.
What in damnation have you done?
I know, right? I released Kitava.
You've destroyed him, and yet I hear the voice of Innocence, begging for our forgiveness, asking for our help. You and I. I heard him the moment the High Templar fell, whispering inside my damned skull, his heart beating within my chest. Innocence protects us now, holds fast the door against the murderous tide that rushes to meet us. He wants you to pass through that door, to bring order to the chaos beyond. I don't understand any of this. Moments ago, I was just a soldier obeying his High Templar, Banon the Nobody. Now, my God lays inside my head, telling me to let you through that door and to make my way to Overseer's Tower, if it still stands. It does? All right. I don't know what's waiting for you out there, but should you survive it, I'll see you at Overseer's Tower.
Alright, so Innocence is now on our side and holding Kitava at bay, and is guiding us to take him out, I guess.
Someone's redecorated. I like it.
But now everything is burning.
When I'm ready, and not before.
And the Templars are depraved.
This chaos should have been of my making.
Should have been of your making. It kind of is of your making, isn't it? I mean, not directly, but you did kill Innocence. Or release him. Defeat him. Turn him to our side. Release Kitava, I guess. Or unleash Kitava. Alright, normally I do the ossuary here, but let's head to town and have a chat with these people.
You deserve recognition for what you have done. You've freed us from Templar oppression. Yet I fear you may have defeated the lesser of two evils. Still, take something. You'll be needing it in the dark times to come. Once Kitava has gobbled up every scrap of Oriathan flesh, sucked every Oriathan bone dry of marrow, he'll turn his endless hunger to Namakanui and the whole Karui archipelago. As you know, the Karui will fight, and they'll fight hard, but they're going to need all the help they can get. And I know of 3 treasures that might just make the difference. They were taken when the Templar raided Namakanui. A whip woven of Hinekora's hair, a tooth that Tukohama ripped from his own mouth, a fishhook that was once the jawbone of Valakor. Together, they're known as Kitava's torments and lie within the reliquary that borders Oriath Square. I saw them with my own eyes when delivering messages to the scholars there. Please, go to the reliquary and claim those treasures before Kitava's children do.
Will do.
For freedom.
I simply can't express how wondrous it is to see you. What? No, not you, Exile. The miasmeter. The hope of humanity lies in this beautiful device and the precious knowledge it shall divulge. Far more useful than an accidental hulk of meat and instinct like yourself. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised to discover that your slaying of the beast correlates directly to the strife we must currently suffer. At least you've proved useful enough to return the miasmeter to me. That deserves some small reward, I suppose.
Hey, Kadak. Quack. Morning.
Now, where was I?
Valenta was more excited to see the miasmeter than me.
We're glad you made it. No, damn it all, that's just too strange to abide. I'm glad you made it. And innocence tells me I need to keep helping you. So that's what I'm going to do. I know my way around weapons and armor, and all things Templar if you should want for further enlightenment on that subject. As for innocence, I don't know. Sometimes he makes sense, other times he's a shattered god, but he'll heal. I'll make sure of that. Lani's told me a little about Utula and his cult of Kitava. Enough to know what Utula's got planned. Bring about the fall of one god so he can raise up one of his own. And this Kitava, from what fragments I can piece together from innocence, he's not the benevolent kind. Please, find Utula and stop him. I'm not saying this because I want to put innocence back on his divine throne. I'm saying this because Oriath is my home. It's made some mistakes, but it doesn't deserve the fate that Utula has in mind. Innocence forgives you.
Alright, next up, Ossuary to get the Sign of Purity. Yeah, let's do that.
Had I the time, I could raise an endless legion from these bones.
So many bones.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Alright, I think I'll pause the clarity there. Next time it levels. I don't want to reserve any more mana than this.
The more I feel of divinity, the more I want it.
Wrought from blood and gold, Innocence fashioned a weapon of tempered purity capable of banishing darkness and bringing order to the chaos in men's hearts.
An empire is nothing more than a standard, pitched in the naked earth. The time has come for you to raise the standard, upon the peak of false faith, the apex of Chitta's cathedral. Drive it deep into that sacred stone. Mark the death of a faithless empire, and slay the slavering kingdom that seeks to consume it.
Alright, but before we go kill Kitava, we need to get some relics and stop Utula. Hey, Elite Largo. Morning. That's a dead end. Let's go back.
Did you think our vengeance was done, Savior? Oh no, it has only begun.
Ucula looks a bit different now.
Oriath was mine to burn. You took that from me. Now you will join the pyre.
Alright, hopefully there's some lore in the reliquary. There should be.
When I'm ready, and not before.
There's Valiko's jaw. One day you eat the fish, one day you feed the fish.
To replace the feast of birds that Kitava had greedily consumed, Tukohama, our father of war, and Valako, father of storm, went fishing. Although Kitava was blind, he could still cast his line and feel when a fish took his baits. So, Tukohama and Valakor took him with them on Tukohama's mighty canoe. But while they fished, Kitava grew hungry and secretly ate all of their bait of grubs and worms. Disgusted and angry, Tukohama and Valakor decided to use Kitava as bait instead. Valakor used his own jawbone as a hook, impaled Kitava on it, and cast both into the sea. Kitava sank to the bottom of the sea, but instead of the fish eating Kitava, it was Kitava who ate all of the fish that nibbled at him, flesh, scales, guts, and all. When Tukohama and Valakor hauled a fat-bellied Kitava back up from the sea, they were even more furious and knew that Kitava must be punished one final time.
Nice. That's a good story. Kitava's a real hungry boy. We're reading these out of order. I started with number 2 and here's number 3, but we'll probably find the first one as well.
Tukohama, our father of war, and Valakor, father of storm, took Kitava to Hinekora, mother of death. They asked her to kill the greedy Kitava, for surely their tribe would starve if Kitava continued to live among them. But Hinekora refused, for death would not teach Kitava the lesson he needed to learn. Instead, Hinekora beat Kitava with a whip woven of her own hair. To Kitava, each strand was a searing lash, and so he wore thousands and thousands of blistering lashes across his back, as Hinekora drove him relentlessly into the darkest corner of the underworld. There she left him to suffer, without water or food, for the rest of eternity. And there Kitava remained, in the darkness of Hinekora's night-clad island, for time beyond measure. There he suffered, waiting for the day that he could return to the world of light, to slake his scorching thirst and satiate his ravening hunger.
No wonder he's mad.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Alright, there's Tukohama's tooth and the first hunger.
Arohongui, daughter of the moon, was preparing for a feast to celebrate Tukohama's return from his war on the first ones of the Ezamites. Tafor, son of the forest, asked each of the birds to sacrifice one of their kind for the feast. He gave these offerings to Arohongui, who cooked them in a great firestone pit. Seeing all of those plump birds cooking made Kitava very hungry, and he offered to watch them, to make sure they didn't burn while Arohongui rested during the heat of the day. Arohongui thanked Kitava for his kindness, but while she slept, Kitava ate the cooking birds, flesh, bones, gizzards and all. Upon waking, Arohongui was furious to find that Kitava had lied to her, for saying that he would watch the birds when he truly intended to eat them all up. When Tukohama arrived home in his mighty canoe, Arohongui asked him to punish Kitava for his selfish gluttony. Tukohama, our father of war, agreed and pulled the sharpest tooth from his own mouth. He then asked Arohongui and Tafor to hold Kitava fast while he cut Kitava's face with the tooth. 2 slashes that blinded Kitava and formed a bleeding cross upon his face. From that day forth, Kitava would never be able to promise to watch that which he truly intended to consume.
Alright, we now have the story for all 3 of these relics. And also kind of an explanation for what Kitava looks like as well. But we'll get to that later. I think we're actually ready to fight Kitava. We did all the side quests here, so let's make a portal, talk to the townspeople before we head up here.
Not all slaves believe Dutula's lies. Some I know have managed to steal a ship and are soon to set sail for Namakanui. Hopefully, with these treasures on board, Valakor will bless their voyage and breathe deeply into their sails. No, I'm not going with them. I helped bring this curse down upon Oriath, so I'll help save what little there is left to save. Here, take something, in thanks for your part in preserving the Karui Way. For freedom.
The High Priest is dead, yet the object of his devotion remains. There's no doubt you did all right bringing that man-turned-monster to heel, but you weren't able to stop him fishing his master out of a river of blood. Damn. Sorry. I never could get the hang of boosting morale. Didn't seem right to polish the edges off harsh facts. Probably why I never made captain. Still, I've been poking around here for a bit and have turned up Utula's stash. Quite the magpie he was. So here, help yourself. When it comes to hunting a god, I suppose every little bit helps. Innocence blesses your journey.
Ooh, instant recovery and removing poison. I guess we'll keep that one as well. Yeah. 2 to maximum fire resist. Isn't that pretty insane? I guess not. I had no idea it was so easy to get maximum fire resist these days. Oh. I'm gonna keep that.
Remember, we do this for freedom.
Not sure what I want to spend these next passives on. I could get some sockets, but I don't have jewels that I actually want to put in. I guess for now we could head down to this life node. It's a bit of a trek though.
Life is too precious to waste on you. When I'm ready, and not before.
Alright, here we go. Time to defeat Kitava.
Come, ravenous one! Let me devour your heart!
Exactly. You can see the cross on his face as well, where he got slashed with Tukohama's tooth. And he also has abilities that fire in a cross pattern. There's his final form.
The flame of hope may flicker, but it cannot be extinguished.
Apparently we're not strong enough yet, and Sin has to whisk us away.
There is no shame in falling to a god. Shame lies only in refusing to rise again. You shall soar. That much I'm permitted to foresee. You shall ascend to the peak of your loftiest mistake, and from there you shall pluck a single surviving hope from the jaws of immortal despair. A ship sails for Lion Eye's watch not far from here. Be on it. There is no shame.
Alright, just that one voice
I've never
line.
had to pay the price for my ambitions. Until now.
And that's the end of Act 5. We're now heading back to Wraeclast.
I'm Captain Lily Roth, and we sail for Wraeclast. Better to live in exile than die on this psychotic bonfire of an island. You want to make it out of here, you'd better get on board. But make it quick, 'cause I ain't got time for tears and regrets.
We set sail.
This ain't no charity run. You owe me.